Yes. I'm going
Okay.
live. Yeah, we are live now, I think. Okay, I'm gonna check on the YouTube and do some sort of see whether it works or not. So let's just see. Hmm. Okay, I think we are live. Yeah. All right. So hi everyone. So I'm live streaming today with my buddies from the comic book project. But I think I want to use the opportunity to do a little bit of update for my sort of my modding community as well. I think I promised to do some update of my mods, but I'm pretty lazy these few weeks on in terms of working on projects and whatnot because yeah, got to set up things to work at home. Anyway, I have with me Nate who is working with me on my comic book project. He's the one that wrote the script. Later on, Narwhal will be joining us. He's the colorist as well as also co-wrote the script as well. Yeah, so welcome everyone. So I'm just going to take this opportunity to do some update on my modding project, and it's also actually related to our comic book project as well. I think Nate will recognize this thing over here. Let me just switch the StreamYard to make it focus on my screen. I think. Let me see. See which orientation is the best. I think this one is the best. So for those who follow me on my YouTube channel, well, I modified Nerf Blaster. So this is the blaster I'm currently working on the parts. Actually, is for one of our artists, Matt Cossin. So I think this is where we stopped the other time. I think they will recognize. So I'm actually working on this is another part for the Mac well, and then this is a case at the side. I think they will recognize the side here.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's got his name on it. Nice.
Yes. Yeah. So this is it used to be a place for the battery case. Yeah. I think our modding community will know. But I'm gonna put my friend's name on it. Not just that. Later I'll show you. I did a test print on this thing as well, actually. So I'm gonna show you my what I want to do with it. Yeah. So on top of that, I think at the side, okay, I added something. This time is a rail. So because the other time I put a battery tray over here, which is pretty huge, but some of the models actually do not need that part. So I make it into a Picatinny rail so that you can attach something. And I'm gonna attach something here. I'm gonna attach this thing over here that looks like this, a little bit boxy, but if you rotate it to the back, actually over here there will be a screen. This will be a display. I'm going to program something as well to keep track of the consumption of the power as
Okay.
well as how many shots you fire, so you know how many shots you left in your magazine. So there'll be
Hmm.
some it's less complex compared to my previous mod and whatnot, but I think it'll be a good start, at least for Matt Cossin, who have not hold a Nerf Blaster, I think. So it'll be a good start for him as well. So as I go along, I think I get more and more carried away. That's the problem. That's always a problem. So yeah, I'm gonna do a currently I'm actually working on a AFG over here. So if you want to see, I think Nawal is in. Let's add him in.
Hello.
Hey, morning
Hey, what's
Nawal,
up?
the bearded yeti of the
Yeah.
group.
Yeah.
I'm just going through the blaster that I'm making for Cotton. Anyway, because I also will be releasing this all these 3D model parts for my my viewer. They know that I will release this on, we call it the Thingiverse. I always upload all these parts in the Thingiverse. So over here you can see all the parts at the side. You can see. So
Oh
these are all
yeah,
the
the
parts.
virtual
Oh no.
mining.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm currently working on the so-called the AFG in front. So just now I showed it this thing. Can you see?
Oh wow, you got his name on
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Let me just close everything and just show you that part. here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's badass.
yeah, yeah. So I actually printed out. Let me just maybe I switch the camera and show you what I had in mind. Let me see now. Workbench. Yeah, I, I think you guys can see, right? So I just actually I printed out test printed out yesterday. This is the one.
Oh,
So basically, I need to do this because I think the sort of the name, there are some small parts I want to make sure that it can be printed. So I know there's some problematic parts over here. I'm going to do that, and then I also printed a transparent part. Okay, so eventually, what I had in mind was to eventually put it here, and then it'll be red, and then I'm gonna put maybe some LED at the back. Then it will
uh,
shine too.
uh,
Nice.
Yeah, so when it because it's going to be a flywheel, flywheel, it'll be loud anyway. So no chance of you hiding from your target
Right.
anyway. So let's be loud. So I'm thinking that there's a switch here whereby power out everything. So I switch it on, it will switch on, and then maybe I'll do it such that you immediately on the light. I'm still thinking whether should I but I think I'm getting more and more overboard with this thing. I'm thinking, should I dim it first? But when he's about to fire, you glow bright. But anyway, I don't know. So that's all programming part, but that's for me to I don't know, work on in the later on. So I have these four corners as well. It's actually a see-through as well. So I actually increase the gap so that you'll look even better. I'm still thinking, but it will not be red probably. It'll be something else. Yeah, so let me just. Oh no, Nate is gone. Where's Nate? Disconnected.
oh,
Oh,
maybe
right
he'll.
there is gone. Yeah. Oh, he's back. Let me
What
edit.
happened
Okay.
there?
Yeah, I was wondering
Um,
it was just me on the side. I was like, what am?
What
Why am
happened to
I on the
Nate?
side?
I
The
my
drones brought him.
yeah, my video conferencing software has been going
Mm.
more and more haywire. Like I
Oh
can't
no.
get anything to find my webcam anymore, so that's exciting. Um, yeah, I think I've been overworking it. I probably just
Oh
need to do some defragging or something.
yeah. So basically, yeah. So over here, so this is the one. Let me just get back everything. Okay. Oops. So this is an update for my so-called my viewer as well, so they can expect some kit like this. Oops, this is too big. Okay, let me just. Okay, then of course this is not all right. I remember I show you all the second part. The second part is
What
this part.
what program is this again, Tungsten?
This one.
Yeah.
This one is Design Spark Mechanical.
Okay.
It's a free software. So yeah, so it's a free software. You can even use it to design, I think, some circuit stuff as well. So it is provided by this company. It's given for free because you can use it to design stuff and actually order parts from there. If I'm not wrong, so it's pretty nice. Yeah. So let me just see whether I can get this to work. So if I were to place it down, it's going to be slow, I think. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, because there are just simply too many parts. So now it's going to slow down. That's why I split it into two files. Okay, come, move a little bit.
So, how much of one of these projects is
Uh,
designing the pieces, and how
uh-huh.
much is just like taking them from other people's designs and tweaking them?
This I designed all from scratch.
Okay.
Yeah, but I designed some of the parts before, so I did not really so-called start from scratch because I have previous design. Yeah, so I can do it faster, and I've test printed it. So this will be the back of it, and then yeah, the whole thing will be fit inside I think it's the blaster you have seen before. Let me just show. Yeah, so it'll be all here. Okay. You just imagine the parts all go from the top to the back, whatever. So just now that part where constant nameplate will be here. Yeah. So when he hold it, here will be the one that's coming out with the light. Yeah. So imagine the top later on you'll get to see the design.
Cool.
Yeah. I think I'm just every time I work on it I just add more and more and more and more. I can't stop. I cannot stop. I think that's the problem. But I think I will. I promise myself after I do this front grip and I'll just stop. I have to print it and do it. Yeah, there's so many things I want to. So here will be a viewing window. I might cut it out such that you can see the so-called the flywheels.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
Nice.
yeah, the flywheel and the other side will be the motor. So it'll be clear. Yeah, yep. And I think Narwhal missed the part whereby I say I'll put a so-called OLED display, whereby you display the status of the blaster, what's the battery power you left with, and how many shots you fire, and
Nice.
how many you left with. Yeah, yep. So it will take days to print the parts.
Oh, that's
Oh
funny.
no, I'm not
Is
looking
there?
for.
It looks like there's like 40 or something. Is there how many?
Sorry.
How many parts are there? Like
Oh
40?
my god, I do not know. You can look at the left hand side. These are all the parts.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, my printer is a small one. I mean, you can buy a bigger printer, of course, but I do want to so-called restrict myself. For example, because the size is very small. I think now people like to say work out of the box. I say let's work within the box. I have a small printer. I want to use a small printer. And then how can I design something in parts and print it in parts? Yeah. So you can see, although if I have a big printer, I can sort of merge everything, you know, and then just print it one shot. But the thing is, I want to restrain myself. How can I work with a small printer and still do things like this?
Oh, cool. I see what you're
Yeah,
saying.
because I think when people start off, because I think back when I start off modding, if you're not familiar with it, you go and buy a big one and cost you quite some amount of money, and then you are not used to it, and then you went in to buy a big one, and I think it's yeah, you might be more sort of, how do I say that? How do I say discouraged or something like that? I don't know. No, you got frustrated to work with something that is too complex or something like that. And nobody,
Right.
not everyone can afford a big printer anyway. So yeah. So another thing is, if you have a big printer, I think it's very easy to be seduced to so-called design parts that are very big because you can print it one shot, and then you spend lots of hours printing it anyway. So I restrain myself. Smaller parts, I know I can print it within like 6 hours or something like that. And also, in a way, I force myself to think in terms of how I can connect the parts, and with minimum kind of screws and whatnot. So it's like I like the idea of joining things and make them secure. Uh, you know, with less kind of screw kind of thing. Yeah, so to me it's enjoyable that way. I
Yeah.
don't know.
It probably looks cooler in the end too when you have like the screws and stuff rather than just it all being one piece.
Yeah. So this is why I'm doing. Yeah. So let's just I think for people in the chat, El Gargoy, we have El Gargoy. Hey, where is he? Is he still? Oh yeah, Hail. Yes,
Elgar.
Hail.
Nice.
How are you? And then we have Tommy Liu. Uh, you can build a big one. Probably yes. I think he's talking about the 3D printer. Yeah. So welcome. Thanks for dropping by. When I live stream, I always have very little audience. I think we only have like 2 watching. But never mind. It's okay.
It's
Yeah.
better that way.
Yeah.
Then we can say whatever we want.
Yes, we can say whatever precisely. precisely. We can say what we want. Yeah. Okay. So but anyway, for my audience, I think for those who will be watching later, I have with me Nate and Nawel. They are my buddies who is working with me on the comic book project. Yeah, so I think you have not heard of it. It's called Modded. It's basically inspired from the our Nerf Modding community. Yeah. So and my friend over here, Nawel, he actually have a campaign going on.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
I'm
Can
almost
we
at 600 backers, I think.
let me see. Oh no, I lost my stream. Yeah, can we see this? Yes, yes, yes. So this is his campaign. Okay, let me just refresh. This is campaign. Uh, so I myself came back to comic sort of got my interest back in comic books like 2018 after 20 years. Anyway, my friend over here have a project going on. Wow, wow, you are 33,662. Oh,
Yeah, almost
600
34.
600 backers. Ooh,
Yeah, and I
not
sent
bad, not
money.
bad.
2 days ago, I sent money to the printer.
Uh-huh.
It ended up being $6,400 to order 2,000 books, and 500 of those are hardcover. And
Ooh.
so I'm in that process. So that's good. Like, I mean, I don't know. It might still be a month or two before they're at my door, but it's chipping along, going faster than it did last time. Last time it
That's
actually
good.
went really slow. But
I remember when I had you on the interview, I think we are like trying to get 12K for your
oh
project.
yeah,
The first interview we did. But yeah, so for my viewers, do check out my friend's project, Foreign Agent on Indiegogo. Yeah, I think you cannot miss it. You just type Foreign Agent, you pop up. This is a black and white. Do you want to talk about it now? Well, just briefly, maybe, just for my audience.
sure. If you haven't heard, it's like a comic within a comic kind of thing where two soldiers go to a house and there's a language barrier, so they kind of force their way into the house, but there's a family that lives there and they can't communicate, and they end up the soldiers don't want to kill them, but they kind of need to stay there, and so they're trying to be kind of friendly, but there's no way to really communicate it. So, but the young soldier and the young boy of the family, they find out they're artists, so they start exchanging drawings to try and make this shaky truce, basically, and that's kind of basically the story.
Yeah, so it's 100 over pages right now. I remember.
Yeah, 190.
Yeah, yeah. So do check it out. So now we're actually going to be our colorist for my own project, and this one is black and white.
I know, that's funny.
So that's good. So you only get to see his color if you back my project.
Yeah, it's top secret. Top
Yeah.
secret.
But I'm going to give the audience maybe a glimpse, and also I think for Nava and all, I think it's also nice for us to just look at our so far our project. Right? Let me
Oh
see.
yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Let's do it.
We have pages.
So this
Yes,
is good. Yeah, this is
yes,
an up.
we have pages.
This is a good update for the
Yeah,
audience. Yeah.
Yes, for the audience. So we have pages. We have this is the first two pages. Should I show or okay, let me just show the first page first. I think we can see. Can we see over here?
Yeah.
So this is actually a double page of our modern comic. So actually we have done live streams of the concept and whatnot. So just some fun fact, actually this stadium over here is modeled against the Singapore indoor stadium. No, not the indoor stadium, sorry, the Singapore National Stadium. This thing
Oh,
actually exists.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Cossin threw that in there.
Yes. So there's a lot of little things that he threw in. Yeah. So basically, just in short, a story about how a bunch of nerds that modify Nerf butter get to save the day. It's just a quick short one. So it involve aliens, of course. Who doesn't like aliens, right? So let me just show. I don't want to show all the pages, so let me just you get a little bit of thumbnail. But I really like this page as well. So you get this page, we get to
Oh
see.
yeah.
Yeah, so we get to see. This is the so-called the bad guy over here. You can see. So he's on a match. But I like little details. I don't know whether y'all notice this or not. Do y'all notice? Let me see. Can I blow it out even further? This guy over here at the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, so of course now I notice he's the one that color it. Nate,
What is
yeah.
that?
So yeah, so what is that? So I like this all these little details. So that's why I really like this page over here. So you see all the little details, like a little bit of even
Oh yeah,
this
it's like a dog.
stone
It's
over here.
eating out of a
Yeah,
bowl, whatever it is.
correct, correct, right. If you look carefully, the kind of a dog thing is eating at the corner of a bowl. So I like these little details. Yeah. So it's yeah, of course the skull over here. So
Yeah,
it's so I guess the privilege of being the in the group is you get to see all this and slowly and yeah, work on it, and you get to enjoy first before anyone else. Anyway, so these are the sort of the sample page. Yeah, and then the rest are not shown. Some of it already shown, but I'll keep it a little bit. But you can see a little bit of thumbnail, just a little bit of teaser. And then these are how many pages are we? 7 colored pages. And then uh, we have the thumbnails for until page 13 actually. Well, I guess we can show a little bit of thumbnail. I
yeah.
think it's fine. Yeah.
And Cossin, he sent it. Basically could be like a cover design, and that looked really good too.
Yeah. I don't have that. Yeah, I don't have that piece uploaded. So this is like our thumbnail. So you can see this is I forgot the sailor name. But anyway, it's pretty fun.
Oh, this is at the party, the end of the year.
Yeah. We shout his name and then he's being struck. So we have the party scene. Now we have our main character that's walking in.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
I get excited looking at the stuff and thinking of the finished
Yeah.
product, and then there's like this element of Matt being slow, which is a bummer.
yes.
And you just show him the gun you're making him and see if that if that sweetens the deal for him.
That's the deal for him. Man, shoot him with that first.
Like, this thing has range.
I think I got to booby trap the package that I'm gonna send him. I'm gonna send you Cotton. No, I'm gonna send you this. This way you open it. No, open from this side. Well, when he open it, you get a bunch of darts in his face first.
He opens it,
Or-
and it's a picture of Kathy Bates from that Stephen King book where she forces the guy to write a book about her or whatever.
So when you switch it on, the blaster will bind to his hand.
Yeah.
You can't put it down.
You can't put it down. Yeah. So El Gagoi, don't worry. The spoiler. This first few pages is not the so-called the exciting part of the book. Trust me, the rest will be the exciting part. This is like the intro. So it's like, not the yeah. I think the rest of it is going to be very fast paced and action packed. Yeah.
This is just the first time you see basically the main character, right? I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. That's a cool place to first meet him. That's
Yeah. The club kind of thing.
Yeah,
It's the end of the world, but who cares? We still party anyway.
yeah.
It's already going to be the end of the world. Why be so down, right? Yeah. Anyway, this is like when we first meet them. So you can see, although this is as just now we mentioned, the comic book is about foam blasters, but the story is not going to be like very kiddish or whatever. It's going to be set in a kind of a pretty realistic kind of way. We take it seriously kind of way. I think that's the to me that's the beauty of it. And definitely Nate is the one that wrote the script and whatnot. So it's really I didn't expect it to be this format initially. I think when we first brainstormed together, kind of think of it is like almost a year ago or more than that. Yeah.
It could have gone a different, because I know there was a few writers brainstorming it, and there was even like a little chat in Twitter, and some people were suggesting, they're like, let's make it real goofy, and I'm glad we didn't really do that. We played it straight, and it's good this direction that it's gone in. And yeah, Nate had a big part to do with that, because his initial draft that like played up essentially some of it's because it's oddly funny when you play it so straight, when you play a ridiculous concept really straight and take it really seriously.
Yeah. So we have 13. So we are aiming for 48, right? And yeah. So I'm thinking that is 48 enough? I think we'll probably go above. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah. So if it needs to go above, then yeah, why not? Okay, we can see how it goes.
Well, you said we had 13 people watching. Is that what you said?
Do we have? No. I say we are going to have like 48 pages. Right.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like a 32-page script, or is it 38 even? It might be a
Yeah.
38-page script.
Yeah,
So
it's on the longer side for
Mm-hmm.
a
But I
48
do,
page book.
yeah, actually, I do like I think 48 is a good kind of sort of number. Okay, when I look at it in terms of even if you produce the size of the comic is not too big to even to ship as well. Because I mean, let's be realistic. If it's thicker, it's gonna be heavier. I think it's gonna cost a lot more in terms of shipping and whatnot. I think may deter people from sort of purchasing it as well lah, in a way. So I think it's a good uh, sort of page count. Okay, you have enough to read, enough to look at, as well as it's not going to so-called strain on your wallet if you were to get it. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that
Anyway,
whole logistics thing is
yeah, it's
more of a
crazy.
pain than
Crazy. Sometimes I feel bad when I receive the package. I look at the amount of money that the creator sent and pay for it. I say, oh no, I I I pay like maybe 20, but they spend like 30, 29. Oh no.
yeah.
I kind of feel bad, but that's why I try to back in a slightly higher tier. Hopefully it helps. I don't know.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
bet it does. And yeah,
yeah,
that's one reason why creators, it's kind of good to have your
yeah,
first project be a little bit smaller, because you can
yeah,
learn some of those lessons. Because you can imagine if something like that happened on a big
yeah.
project, you'd lose a lot of money.
Yeah. So sometimes I look at it, sometimes I click check out. I say, oh no, this guy charged 15. Ai, okay, I'm gonna put slightly back at a higher tier so that yeah. Anyway, yeah.
There's a good little renaissance of projects right now, I think. Like
Mm.
I
Oh
I,
yeah.
I don't know. I kind of want to. I'm going to do a new round of taking a look at what's out there. But I know Michael Bancroft launched the Lucent. Looks pretty
Uh,
good, pretty
oh,
darn
is it?
good.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, what's that? Yeah, there's so many projects that I don't think I know everyone. And then
Yeah, I kind of fell off for
yeah,
a few months. I don't know if it
yeah.
was a slow period or if I was just like
Mm.
my wallet was burned out or whatever. But I'm kind of starting to look back into things. I'm like, there's a lot of options, and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Comic Gate's looking pretty good. But
I think something a lot of people learned last year is January and February is just not a good time to launch a project because everyone's like wiped out from the holidays.
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, you know what I wonder too, is like just being the way the whole scene as a whole, kind of like there's stories. If you think about the 90s, there's all these like legends, and I was like,
Uh-huh.
I wonder if we're living legends now, but we don't know it yet. Like this stream could be like I
Well,
could be telling stories when I'm old. I'll be like, yeah, I was on a stream with Nate and Tungsten. We used to hang out on a stream. They're like, you hung out with Nate and Tungsten.
that would be nice. It's nice to be remember. I hope there is going to be a story whereby we are still pals. Not like that guy,
Yeah,
the guy, he
yeah.
made it and left us alone. And
They double crossed me. He sent me the gun and it bit me as soon as I opened the package.
then I lose an eye on it. I open it up and then 12 darts fly to me. Anyway. Yeah, yeah, it's kind of strange as well. I'm sure, no, the time whereby, I mean, the art scene, like the time whereby there's a documentary on the Cool School. I think if you search on the internet, it's called the Cool School, whereby I know there's a bunch of artists whereby they kind of work in a mini. Should I say they try to be more avant-garde kind of thing, and then it's like 5 or 6 or 10 of them only, and then there's this guy that sort of market them or in a way. So it's kind of fun to look at it, and then they sort of become the avant-garde uh, artists on that era, and then they sort of part of art history in a way. But of course, some of the critics will say that that guy is pretty cliche, pretentious because he's like working with just I remember he's working with like light. Say remove everything and just use light. So there's this critic will keep saying that that guy is basically pretentious, and the critic is already very old when you watch the documentary. So maybe when we always say, you know that Narwhal, his art is just pretentious.
Yeah.
Then we will say the writer. But anyway, but Narwhal is like already in a mansion or enjoying his wealth.
Yeah, I'm like the Tiger King.
Yeah. The critic will still be there. That guy. Hey, talking about art. Let me see. Why not I show you guys some books, some artists, and you tell me whether you like them or not. Don't worry, it's not comic book. It's more on the fine art side. Since we have just yeah.
Oh, you got
Let me buy my books and then I think I have some. Yeah, see whether you we can talk about them anyway, right? We can talk anything. No viewers. This one.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Actually, I like it. I don't think he's very well known though. He's already dead. Yeah, die young, like all good artists.
Yeah,
Right.
it looks kind of older. Is he like? I mean, is he modern or is he like from the 20s?
No, he's from the the Klim era. So now the moral story is be a good artist but not too good, or else you have the danger of dying young. let me find some pages because there are some nudity or whatever. Actually, I like this artist as well. Yeah, so it's like it's more like an art decor kind of.
Oh, that's still Beardsley. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so what'd you say the time period is?
I think it's I don't know which time period, but it's with I think it's Klim, Klim.
No.
I'll
That is art.
if I show the picture, I think you'll recognize.
Yeah.
Let me see. I mean, this is the artist. Look at the. It's very old.
Dude, that's cool. That outfit is hilarious.
Yeah, let's dress this way, man.
Yeah, I know.
All the dressing time.
I mean, you can get away with it. There's a guy in England who dresses like it's the 1800s, like he makes all his clothes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's got like the biggest Instagram account.
Oh yeah.
Let me find a nice picture that light. You see things like this. I mean, this style can be applied in the comic book as well, I think.
Yeah. It's like that's a hieroglyphic style, like perspective, really flat.
Yeah, flat.
So you can use it to like almost like measure height. It's like where if you do like a wide angle perspective, the way our eyes see, you can't really measure his height from a picture because you're like his feet are small and his head's big or whatever. But that's like it's like even. That's kind of like hieroglyphics. That's like a zoom lens perspective would kind of. And
here we have Cecil. Oh my god. Okay. There's one that I really like. Let me find. Okay. Picture.
This guy's name's Beardsley.
Yeah. Check him out. Yeah. And too bad he sort of died young. Hey, let me see. Where's that dragon thing? Oh, is it this one? Is it this one? No, I think there's a one that's without. Oh yes, I like this. And the details, and some things are just like the tree trunk is just one straight line.
Yeah,
like the tree trunk is like very stylish. It's a bit of I don't know, is Japanese kind of thing. I don't know. It's very flat. Very stylish.
Japanese did that flat perspective style for a long time until they started trading with Europe. And they
and then Van Gogh, of course, they took all the Japanese kind of inspiration. So I guess we like this guy.
Yeah, that almost looked like a collage, that last one.
Like,
slapped on top.
So Klim is this guy. exactly is this guy? Yeah.
Oh, ooh,
Yeah.
that's
So
pretty cool.
okay. Let me find the his famous picture. I'm sure you know him. Let me see. Where the hell is it? Okay, it takes some time. A lot of nudity. This
Yeah.
book is more this book is more on the so-called his drawings and sketching, so not on his page. I'm sure you recognize some. It's pretty famous. This is one of his more famous kind of thing.
That's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Something like
So
that would be cool in a comic, like to
yeah, yeah,
really try hard to make it avant-garde artsy fartsy.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, very
You know,
stylistic.
it's very
Yeah.
stylistic because it's like some part is more realistic, and then you can straight away jump to something that is less. So yeah, so I mean we are all doing independent stuff, right? This is the very famous one, the Kiss. I think I'm sure you recognize this. The Kiss, it's all over the place. No, oh no,
I don't recognize
No,
it, but it's
no,
good.
I
Hold
look
on.
no.
at it.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so it's but I like but I bought the book because of the sketches rather than the yeah the yeah you can see that even their sketches are quite nice, the
Yeah,
lines,
that's cool.
yeah, sort of, yeah. So this guy is more I
Well, that
think,
book's thick.
sorry, yeah, yeah, yeah. uh, now I'm staying at home more, so I can re-look at all the books I have.
Oh yeah, that's good to
But
do
actually,
once.
but actually, a lot of other books I have are at somewhere else. So I had locked up. Anyway, yeah. So this like, I like the lines. You can see that quite stylish. I think it's quite stylistic. Yeah.
What do you guys think about Mitch, Mitch and Allegiance getting into Walmart?
Yeah, I think it's great.
Me
I
too.
think it's great.
I'm
Yeah.
stoked on it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Yeah. Yeah. And I have the PDF. Yeah, I think I already have the PDF and look at the work. I think he sent it. I downloaded it quite some time back and already saw it. Yeah, I think it's great. It's like a new outlet. Yeah,
I know. I hope it works. I'm kind of nervous
yeah.
about that. I'm really nervous about your boy Zach's lawsuit against Mark
Oh,
Wade.
okay,
I'm
okay.
nervous about the Walmart thing
Uh-huh.
because those would both be really good things to go well for us. They're very important to like win.
Uh-huh.
There'd be a big blow if they failed to
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah, yes. Okay, the next one maybe a more controversial. I think maybe. You know this guy.
Damon Hirst. I don't think I've
Damn.
ever heard of him.
Oh
Mm-mm.
no. Okay. Let me find the iconic work. But this guy, I'll say he's like people will say that he's a fraud or something like that. Yeah, he's just no, it's those kind of contemporary artists. This is his famous work. the the shark in the tank.
Well, I like that, but I guess
Oh,
it is artsy fartsy.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's very
a
artificial.
bit.
Also, there's an era whereby the YBA, young British artists. Yeah. So it's like at that era, a lot of people like these artists will come out and say, "Oh, she just have a bed that's messy. She just name it unmade bed or something like that, and it's sold for millions." So it's like people. There's a whole study on the YBAs, the rise and fall of the YBA. So he's like, this guy is one of them.
Oh,
So the shark actually start to rot inside this thing. I think.
oh, oh!
Yeah,
Is it
yeah,
like
yeah.
is
So,
it a
yeah,
real? It's a real shark.
and then he'll do things like he'll go to the hardware store, go and buy the paint and just paint dots and dots on the canvas and just sell it for millions.
Oh, yeah. See,
Yeah,
now,
yeah. So it's like, oh goodness. Well,
did you hear that?
anyway,
There was one of those recently. It was like a thing in Florida.
uh-huh.
An artist they taped a banana
Banana.
to
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
Yes, yes,
it
yes.
yeah, it sold for like $1 million or something. And then some
Yeah.
guy walked up and ate the banana
ate the banana. Yes, I
Yeah,
and
remember
he
that.
got arrested. And then his defense,
yeah.
he said
So,
he claimed
yeah.
that his act of eating the banana was art.
Yeah. So this guy will like paint dots and whatnot. Yeah. And then just sew it. Yeah. The dot painting.
Huh.
Anyway, yeah. So yeah, the banana thing, I think they sold like five, right, or something like that. Five of the certificate of to the so-called the museum, the right to reproduce the art. So the thing that they sold is actually they'll have like instructions to tell you how to get the banana, how to tape it, where to tape it, blah blah blah, and then you have the right to produce this artwork, this concept in your so-called your museum or something like that. So they're selling you this. So you can eat a banana, you can reproduce it, but it's not that. It's not that they're selling you.
It probably
But it's
costs
fun. It's fun.
the
I think it's,
blueprint probably costs like $1,000,000 or whatever,
yeah,
100,000
yeah,
bucks. That's so weird to pay so much money for something so pointless.
yeah. So
Right.
it's kind of interesting when you read the way they so-called market it or so-called justify it. I think it's fun to read all these things.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it is interesting to try and
Yeah,
get
yeah.
under the
Of
hood a
course,
bit.
I mean, of course, this is quite interesting too.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I remember I took some classes for some art history, kind of a lot in college, and I remember kind of liking, like the Dada stuff, the
Oh, that
Marcel
the
Duchamp, like right
charm.
around the 20s and 30s. I liked a lot of the stuff in there.
Mm.
But
How about this? Yes.
Oh, Andy Warhol.
How about this guy?
yeah, I mean, I don't know.
And this
He's
thing-
artsy fartsy too.
yeah. He's like, it's kind of.
I wonder if he was propped up by the CIA or something.
I have no idea. You watch Men in Black? Do you watch Men in Black?
Oh
They have
yeah.
a character, Andy Warhol character inside. He's one of the agent, and he was like pretend to be the artist in Men in Black. That's pretty funny also. Yeah. So let me just make sure my name is not on the book so that I don't dog myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. Actually, I quite like Andy Warhol. Yeah. I think
I'm-
it's strange enough.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with this stuff really.
Yeah,
I like it
yeah.
in movies. Characters always kind of funny. The
Yeah.
actors who play him.
Yeah.
Like, kind of. I don't know if this is famous, but a good portrayal of him was
Mhm.
by David Bowie. Played Andy
Mm,
Warhol in a movie.
Hmm.
I forget which movie, but it was pretty good performance.
You know
I
yeah.
I think that I know the movie too is Basquiat. I think it's
Basquiat.
because Basquiat and Andy Warhol were buddies.
Is it? Is it the same year? Are you sure? Don't think so.
Yeah, they were.
Oh, sorry. You're saying John Michel Basquiat.
Yeah.
John Michel. Yeah. Actually, I like John Michel as well. It's more like the graffiti kind of art, right?
Yeah, his stuff.
Yeah.
It looks like in some ways like a little more modern. I think he influenced a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Basquiat.
You find a lot of shirt with his artwork on it actually.
Yeah.
So Andy Warhol, his hair is fake. He's wearing all the wig. He's always wearing a wig.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I
So
didn't know that.
this one, I think I remember this one. Sorry, I think so he do the filming as well. So he film this building. So you watch it for hours and hours and hours until it turns night time, and then suddenly the light goes up. The building will light up, and then the film stop.
See, yeah, that annoys the crap
Yes, fussy.
out- teach their own. Yeah, that reminds me of in Idiocracy, like the most top grossing film in America is just a butt farting for 2 hours.
Yeah. There we go. You have a banana over here.
Oh yeah.
Gee,
Yeah.
banana.
Banana. Andy Warhol. There's the Kennedy, right?
Yeah, those are
I think
pretty
it's-
cool.
Yeah.
The banana's actually kind of cool.
We have the Dali. Is it called Dali? Yeah. Andy Warhol.
Dolly was weird in real life too, but that's all I know. I don't know anything other than that. That he was like,
Oh.
he was weird in real life. Like he communed with witches or something.
What? Okay. Yeah. So anyway, weird guy. Yeah.
Oh, that's old Andy Warhol. That's funny.
So yeah. But the way he dies, very, I would say, it's uneventful kind of thing. Is
Oh yeah, like no
yeah,
real story to it.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
so he didn't like overdose or anything like a real
Mm,
author
No, no. I think he
or
got
artist?
first. He did got shot by someone, but he didn't die. I
Oh,
think the way he died, the way he died is I think he's like it's what's that? It's sort of like kind of drowning, but not drowning. It's like his lungs got some fluid
Oh
or something. Yeah. So yeah, and then of course went to the hospital and then just died. And then people go in and take all his stuff. I think.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, this one is nice, but a lot of nudity. Just the cover. Yeah, I think nice. Yeah, yeah, I like.
Got to keep that hand there.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah, I like this artist. Let me see. I can find something that's not nude in this book. Yeah. Let me see. Mm, mm. Some still like. Okay, let me see whether I can find some landscape there. I think it's nice. Uh, but sometimes when I look at all this fine art there, I look at the comic book artists. I think you guys are also very good. As in, it's amazing what the artist can produce. You know, I feel comic is a nice kind of art form as well. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I like that one a lot. Those colors
This one.
are very nice.
Yes, I like this guy. The color. You see the simple shapes, and yeah.
Is that
Yes.
is that oil painting?
Yes, it's oil. It's I believe this will be using a painting knife rather than a brush for that
Okay.
piece. Yeah, I think this guy uses the painting knives. My wife also does that. That's why. Let me see. I think still life is good to show, but his figures are better actually. So things like that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm. Yeah. I wanted to show the figure, but okay, this one probably is safe. It's covered by itself. Yeah,
Okay.
I like the color as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not
It's,
an easy pose to do.
yes, yes, not easy to hold there. Yeah. So I like the warm part, and then of course, yeah, the cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty nice. Seems sort of very still and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. What else? Okay. Yeah, of course I've these are very simple stuff over here. Some kind of still.
That pair has a picture of Kim Jong Un right in the middle of it.
Yeah, the
Kind
eyes
of
and
does.
now well.
I've been hanging out with Kami Mark too much, so now all I see is
Yes, yes, yes. Now we have a death match. Yeah, think I've more, but I think that's more or less. Yeah. Woo. Okay, let me just switch it back. So now I get to look back at my collections of books slowly. Yeah, and there are, of course, yes, yes.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, I know. Like, it seems like your boy Zach sometimes talks about the European publishing model, and I think they call it albums almost when they release. Artists will release once a year, like a 48 page, sometimes 64 page, but not too high. And it's not even comic book like format. Usually, it's wider, and that's their comic, and it's all painted.
Yeah,
That's like one possible kind of direction that the future of all comics might go, because you can, for that kind of stuff, you can charge more because it's this precious item, and so it can support you better. And then it's not like, I don't know, it's comic. Yeah, the comics are weird because even when you try and do it yourself, you're like, oh man, it's like we have to make a lot of money back to make the money we spent on production, and then to do that we have to charge a fair amount, and that might be charging more than what people want to pay. That's if we want to try and ever break into like that Walmart kind of area too, which would be nice. If I know that's kind of like Brett and Elizabeth are paving the way there for that, might open some doors for other Comicscape books.
Yeah. In fact, I think I mean, comparing sort of the English comic book as with the so-called, I think, the manga. I mean, from young I read both in a way. The problem with the English comic book, I always have the problem which one to read, and yeah, like Batman, you have so many. I don't
Oh,
know
Right.
which one to read. But for manga, it's like, there's a number one. You will read the number one. But the problem with manga is they always start strong, and then when it's popular, they'll tend to drag and drag and drag in a way, and then
Right.
yeah, and then you sort of the Dragon Ball is like, wow, how many copies you want to drag? It's like you die, reincarnate, sort of revive, die, and just then spend the whole book fighting for one whole scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, one whole book is on this dude fighting the other dude. So,
In
so
fairness, like it's not exactly as if American comics know when to quit.
yeah,
But
yeah, yes, yes. But the American, the disadvantage, I don't know where to start. In a way, the story is like, huh? It's
yeah,
like,
that's very
yeah,
true.
why?
they
Yeah,
do all the
yeah, so
overlaps.
many lines. Yeah, so many overlaps and whatnot. So that's a disadvantage in a way, the way I see it. Yeah, I mean, yeah. And then, of course, the manga is like too long. Sometimes drag. You know that they are dragging just to get a few bucks out of you. In a way, you feel that way. I don't know. I feel that way. So it's like if we have the combination of the strength of both is going to be good. It's like the it's simple enough to know when to jump in one spot or something like that. I mean, you have the opportunity. You are doing all fresh nowadays, and then of course the storytelling is not like the manga type that is dragging and dragging and dragging. I like the American way of telling the story, whereby it's actually pretty short, and it uses less pages to tell a interesting story. I like that. Like for example, a double page of Cyberfrog actually tells a lot in that one page. In a way, it's not like manga is like, you have to read every single page. Is like, I think you skip 10 pages, you can still catch up. You
Yeah,
still know. Yeah. But the English kind of storytelling is like, a page is full of information and content. It gives you the opportunity of, if you read fast, finish it, you can come back and revisit it and have another kind of exploration. You know what I mean? I like the readability of it in a way lah. So yeah. Yeah. So that's what I like about that.
yeah,
Also, I like the so-called. I agree with the model of instead of producing those weekly things, uh, should be less of it lah. Yeah, like I said, I got back into so-called comic. Uh, I went back to the comic store, my local comic store before COVID-19.
Right.
Anyway, yeah. So I started to. I mean, I'm a Batman fan back then. So I started to say, hey, where are all the Batman stuff? So I got I think detective comic as well as, unfortunately, unfortunately is the one is the detective comic, the other one is a Tom King run.
Oh no.
Oh no, yes. In fact, I bought that because I think issue 50 is the color of Elizabeth, uh, the Bright Riser.
Okay. Yeah.
She color, I think number 50, 51, 52, or something like that. Back then, yeah, so they were like, into, I mean, they are also sort of sort of the comics gate. They are launching the campaign. I got to so called, I mean, you watch the live stream, they are there and whatnot. And then I'm back in the comics. So, hey, she colored that book. Okay, I can check it out. So I check it out. So I bought the Tom King one. So the I was like, wow, it's quite nice. The first 50, 51, 52, I think it's Lee Weeks or something like that. And then Elizabeth coloring. So I find, hey, it's not bad. It's quite nice. My God, it's all went downhill after that. But I mean, since I already start buying, so I bought all the way, I think, until the end. I forgot which number is it, 80 something. Then I said, okay, I can't take it anymore. I'll stop. But I still continue with I think the detective comic. Yeah, so I still buy that. Yeah.
Did you read any of the Brian Edward Hill run?
What's that?
He did Detective Comic, didn't he?
Yeah, I think it was Detective Comics.
I do not
like
know.
2 years ago, maybe.
Oh, okay. I do not know actually, okay, to be frank, even back then when I read comic, I have never have the so-called, I never ever find out who wrote it, who draw it, who ink it, because I have no concept of all those things when I was reading comic back then.
Okay.
Zero
Yeah.
concept of there's such a thing. No, it's just I like Batman, so I buy Batman comics kind of thing. So
Sure.
so even now, I think when I went to the comic book store, sometimes I talk to a few people. They also doesn't seem to be too into knowing who is the writer or who is the so-called the guy who draws or something like that. Maybe it's an overseas thing. I don't know. So I don't know. So we are not really. Maybe we are really not into. Yeah, at least for the mainstream, we're not into who is the guy who draw it. We just know that we like Batman. So even the guy that want to sell me the comic, he'll tell me, "Oh, we have this series called let me see, by was it Snyder, and I think that's one of the writer. I forgot some Snyder or something like that. The one who wrote the Court of the Hour or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, he will not tell me, oh, this is the writer or something like that. So when I ask him about, Batman White Knight, they say, oh, yeah, we have the series. Then I tell him, oh, so the writer is Sean Gordon Murphy, right? So he's like, yeah. So he will not tell you that, oh, he's a good writer or whatever. He's like, oh, yeah. He said, oh, this is a good story, something like that. Yeah, so I don't know whether it's a overseas thing that we are not really that much into writers, whatever. Don't know. Maybe it's just me, or maybe just that comic store. And then remember, I went to the Comic Con, Singapore Comic Con.
Yeah.
I think the only people queuing for, I mean, there are comic artists that came in, right? And yeah, so the only queue I saw there are people queuing for signature is the guy who drew Batman, the Court of Hour or something like that. Greg Capullo
Greg
or something.
Capullo, yeah.
Yeah. And he's a nice guy. Yeah, friendly. And then he's the only one that have a long queue. The rest have nobody. Nobody's queuing for the rest. Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah.
So he's internationally famous. That kind of makes sense.
Yes. Yeah. So he, at least from over here, he's known in a way. Yeah. So yeah, I only saw he's the one. That's the only queue that people are queuing, and the rest nobody. And yeah, kind of sad, but anyway, yeah. Next time I'll queue. I'll queue for you. Because at that moment I don't have. I think he did a cover for Art TV for Black and White.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think I have the cover. Yeah, I think it's him. Yeah, so I remember is the name. Yeah, so yeah, maybe next time when he come over to Singapore, I'll get him to sign Black and White. yeah. Then I'll say, "Hail, confiscate."
Yeah. And then run away.
No, why would I run? No, well, I will
You cannot
slowly-
escape us even overseas.
Yeah.
I'll go up to him and say, I'll show him I think it's him. Yeah, black and white comic book. It's not Batman. No, it's black and white. Yeah, whisper into his ear, "Hail, confiscate." That would be funny if I speak that into Donnie's Donnie Kate's ear. Yeah. He have a table there, but like I say, nobody's queuing.
Oh,
Yeah. But I don't think he's there. Don't really get to see him there that much as well. Yeah. So kind of interesting. And the sad thing is, they are all located at a very small corner. The so-called the artist that was there, yeah, at a small corner. Kind of sad. Yeah, the focus is more like on gaming, I would say. Yeah,
Hmm.
hopefully that will change. Anyway, yeah. Yes. Okay. What else do we have? Yeah, Nate, do you have anything working on? Oh, you guys are working on the Naked Samurai, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Any plans for that? Like timeline wise, what you're looking at when?
I've been talking to Christian. What's his last name? He's the like Brazilian, I think. He's South American.
Okay.
He's drawn some books for Alterna.
Okay.
He drew what Void Walker, which I bought the first 2 issues of Void Walker because that's written by Spencer, who's on Twitter. I forget his Twitter handle, but
Mm.
he's a
Rooster
nice
Puncher, I think. Is
yeah,
that
yeah,
it?
Rooster Puncher. He's a real nice guy, and that book's cool. It's like I'm trying to think what it's like. It's kind of like the Pinhead stuff. It's like the alternate dimension with monsters kind of overlapping with humans, but then it's more of a crime story in the human world. And then it kind of gets almost like Power Rangers-y, where when the fights, but with demons, or like what's like I don't know, Ultraman or whatever, rather
Okay.
than Power Rangers. But it's super cool, and so he's drawing that, and he would be a good artist for Naked Samurai. And
Also, you're not drawing yourself. No.
for this one, I'm trying to. My idea was to have it be going in production in the background while I'm working on other stuff, so I could have 2 books in production at once. I'm working on one, and I'm hiring people to work on one, and obviously I'm paying for the other one, and that's like it's like I'm not sure exactly how much money I have, but I do know that the way taxes work in America,
Uh-huh.
they will take so much taxes from you, but if you spend it on hiring people to make comics and stuff, they don't tax that. You can ride that off. So that's kind of my plan a little bit.
Okay. Wow. Wow.
Gonna hide some of that Indiegogo money as business.
Yeah. Just to get back into another book.
You can hire a phantom Asian guy. You can pay me, and I'll do nothing, and I'll just launder your money.
Yeah.
You'll make the money go around the world and back to you. Oh no!
Yeah.
Right.
Now,
Just
now
spend
it's
it
on
on
live.
next Indiegogo. It'll be
Oh
fine.
no! Oh,
That
no.
is funny. As soon as I kind of thought that, I did think about the ways that it could be illegal, and then it's like
No.
totally-
I will make you a blaster that costs say 10K.
Yeah.
Send it to you. You'll pay me the 10K, and suddenly you'll disappear somewhere somehow, and then you'll be back into your account.
Yeah. That's like
Oh no!
so that concept, it's everywhere once you realize that it exists. I think I remember one of the most obvious ones where I was like, WTF, it's for speech commission prices to like Bill Clinton after he retired from president.
Right.
He goes to Ukraine, they pay him $600,000 to give a 1-hour speech, and I'm like,
okay.
this is money laundering.
What you really need to do is you just need to open your company in like a Pacific island or something like that, where they don't have, what is it, Tunisia, where a lot of that happens.
Oh yeah.
All your offices and employers are in the U.S., but you are incorporated in Tunisia, so you don't have to pay taxes.
Yeah. What I think it's kind of like if I really want to do that with like legally, like where I am just spending it on comic stuff, then you just got to get receipts. But it's funny, like you're spending it down to where you're just back in like the borderline poverty zone, and then the taxes are affordable again. So any amount that you want out of poverty, you're paying some taxes pretty quickly. So like I'm still basically like, even with a fairly successful Indiegogo, where I could, if I just took all the money and I could buy a new computer and I could buy a car if I wanted to, or something like that, but then you'd be paying a bunch of taxes, and so I'm not doing.
But if you were to set up a company, because you do use those equipment for work, you can write it off, right? because you work from
That's true. Yeah, I
work from
think
home. So whatever you spend, even on your whatever food or whatever, because it's you can sort of write it off, right? In a
yeah, a
way,
fair amount of that I could still
self-employed.
write off too.
Mm.
I
Yeah,
don't know if you can take food, but you can take a lot of stuff.
you
Okay,
can take,
yeah,
you can take meals, business meals, but you don't want to.
That's true.
Yeah,
yes.
So what you need to do from now on, Narwhal, is whenever you have one of these promo streams or one of these brainstorming streams, you just need to schedule it with your meal, and it's a business meal, and then you can.
I'll just eat one meal a day and
Yeah.
eat like 5 cheeseburgers.
Tell you what
Right.
now, well, I'll just charge you for this, no, $1,000 for coming on to my channel for a stream.
Yeah,
I'll send you the receipt. Yeah, and by the way, just open up some cryptocurrency kind of account so that we can just send you some cryptocurrency back.
yeah.
Right. They can't tax your crypto.
Yeah.
Oh
Probably
yeah,
can, but
yeah.
Oh no.
So
What
you
are we?
know, oh, the other kind of funny thing is, so for example, I'm paying Nate a certain amount to help me write Naked Samurai, and I could write that off. But to do that, if it's over $600, I have to send him a 1099 form, and so then I use the 1099 form basically as like the receipt to claim that amount to write off on taxes. But then they're going to tax Nate on that cash. So
yeah.
Let
so
Nate
then- so then
worry
Nate
about that. Who cares
then
about
Nate-
Nate?
yeah, then then it's Nate's problem. But then
Yeah,
Nate has Nate has to write it off. So then Nate, you have to hire someone.
Right.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, Tungsten, I hear like
Yeah.
you pay to appear on your channel.
What's that? Sorry again. Yeah, I'll charge you.
He wants you to help him launder it.
That's right. We need to evade the taxes.
Oh no! Oh no! Yes. Let's
Yeah,
let's
it's a touchy subject, though. I wonder, like, I know that's a lot of the allegations against Ethan from Anti-Comicsgate. They try and, it's all bullshit, but they try and pin some of that stuff on him.
Okay.
And
Wow.
but I know, like in Ethan's case, I'm pretty sure, like he bought a house. It was that first big boon, and that's a bunch of that's a write-off. So he'll save paying some taxes that way, and so he's doing some of that stuff too. That I'm kind of talking about. But basically, you have to spend a lot of it, or else they'll just tax it anyway. So you might as well. Spend it.
Yeah, you might as well just spend within the financial year, and then you have to clear. Anyway, it's legit.
Kind of how it's designed. It's an okay design structure to keep that money flowing. The only problem is obviously it doesn't really work like that for the super rich. They just whatever they do, they just get super rich and they don't put anything back.
I mean, even if you're like Jeff Bezos, even you still have, a reason to reinvest in your company instead of just sitting on your cash. It's actually like, it's weird. It's in the middle where you make like $200,000 a year, where none of the incentives really work for you.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. And that's funny. That's kind of like right in that sweet spot of a really successful comic campaign. That's right. I wonder. I don't know if this will happen, but I kind of hope that there's going to be something like Ethan's a millionaire, but I don't think he'll be the only millionaire. Like I think, like Malin might eventually be a millionaire. Like a lot of CG. All of us, everyone in CG will be millionaire in like 5 years. But I think that might be like a break, like some of that Hollywood money, which we know we don't really want to court it. And there's lessons there, like your boy Zach says, don't court it. And even if you do get an option, it's really just $2,000, and they never even produce the shit anyway. So you get a lot if they actually produce it, but that's super rare. But I know it kind of annoys me, but like Mark Millar, like that guy, he's a millionaire, and it's everything he writes, Hollywood will try and do something with it because they've kind of figured him out as one of their guys because he's basically competent enough to produce stuff that's not terrible, kind of like it's not like he's pretty darn good, but it's not like I don't know. So I get jealous and uncompetitive.
Okay.
But yeah.
Don't worry. Noel. Okay. Now we know the tricks. We'll start to look at where are the holes.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Um.
Whoa, what's that?
Oh, geez. There's sirens outside. I don't know what's going
Oh,
on.
they are so fast. They are coming to get you, Nate.
Yes.
Get
Your
fast.
Yeah.
time
Oh,
about
no.
taxes, they're coming to get you.
My time is at an end. No, that
Okay,
just
I do
sounds
not
like
know
a
you.
fire
You're
truck.
not my friend. We have not have this conversation.
Yeah.
Oh
Quick, delete,
no!
delete this stream, Tungsten. No. But guys, I gotta go. I'm gonna eat a little
Okay.
breakfast and then go on a
Yeah,
first Saturday. So,
okay.
but yeah, this was a good one. We'll do it again in a
Yeah.
couple of weeks, and let's
Yeah,
all
yeah, yeah.
we'll keep going. We gotta talk to Costin and
Yes.
empower him up to produce more.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Because I do think
Oh,
his art's awesome and it's a great look for the book. I think it will be a good investment when we have a finished product to have this kind of like manga anime style comic. Like I'm really looking forward to it. Like even when they flash the characters, like we have that American general. Costin do a drawing of him. Like that guy looks hilarious and cool.
yeah.
Not a general, whatever he is. He's the captain or whatever. But
The cabin, right? I think.
yeah,
Yeah. Wow, I think the siren is getting intense, Nate.
yeah.
Yeah. I wonder where they must be just outside. I'll have to go take a look once we're done here.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we'll probably stop here. Thanks, guys. Thanks for accompanying me. Actually, nowadays I'm like more active at night. Because now
Oh
I'm
yeah.
at home and the kids are all asleep, so I'm actually pretty bored. So I will just do all the thing at night. Yeah, but anyway, thanks for joining me, and yeah, hope that we have a good time. So we'll do it again. Maybe the next round. Let's see which channel we want to do it. Yeah. So yeah, shall we
Alright.
just end it here? Any thing that you want to add? Maybe Narwhal first before we go.
No, I mean, yeah, just follow me on Twitter. Follow my YouTube. It's Narwhal Books on YouTube. And check out Foreign Agent on Indiegogo. Thank you so much.
Yes, yes, Nate.
Well, I think the house is surrounded. If you don't hear from me in a few days, bail me out.
Don't worry, I'll get my guys. Let me just talk to those higher ups. It's okay. I think I can get things sorted out. It's okay.
All right.
It's okay. Don't worry, Nate. You're my guy.
Okay, cool.
You know the Asian guy. We talk. Okay. Thanks. Okay. I'll end here. Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Let me end the broadcast.